Probably the most influential part of the Sword and Shield era were the alt arts. Alt arts had been introduced previously in previous generations, however they'd never ever been as popular as they got during Sword and Shield, and it's for this reason I believe, and I think a lot of people would agree, that Sword and Shield was as good as it was. It was as good of an era of Pokemon cards as we've ever seen potentially. There are a lot of ups and downs amongst those alt arts, and that's what we're going to be doing today, looking at all of those and ranking those. Hopefully by the end of the video you hate me and hate all of my opinions on these alt arts. Otherwise I've not done a good job of ranking the cards. The cards, obviously the tiers go from S to D, S being obviously super elite S tier, and D just being kind of in and amongst the worst alt arts you can get from the era. So we're just going to start and go, as you can see on the screen, starting with Beedrill and just continue until we get to the end of the list. So first things first, we do have the Beedrill from Astral Radiance. I do like this card. I think it's I really enjoyed the background. Obviously you've got a bunch of Beedrills itself kind of coming and pollinating and all of these flowers, and it's a pretty nice landscape. Beedrill obviously isn't the most popular Pokemon. It is of a Gen 1 Pokemon, of course, which definitely helps, but it's a pretty sucky Pokemon nonetheless. But the background really does it for me, so the Beedrill is going to the A tier. The next one is the Hisuian Lilligant. Not the biggest fan of this. I think it's a bit simple, basic. It's okay. I think because it's okay, it's just going into B tier. I don't think it's honestly that great, but I also don't think it's terrible. The Origin Form Dialga with the chessboard and the crazy kind of, I don't even recall the name of the effect or the artist. I can't recall off the top of my head, but just that kind of top effect where you're getting all of the stairs going up and down. I don't recall exactly, as I said, the name, but this is one of my favorite alt arts. Definitely going S tier. Unbelievable, genuinely. Why this card is as cheap as it is and doesn't get more attention than it does right now is insane to me, to be honest. The next one is the Machamp. Machamp V again from Astral Radiance. It's overrated. 100% overrated. It is just the Machamp is serving food. Yeah, it's cute. Like it is cute, but it's definitely overrated. I think I'm probably between A and B, but it is a nice card. I want to put it in B, just to be that guy. But I do think let's leave it in B for now, and we'll see if that opinion changes. We've got the Hisuian Sneasler. Like the background, not as impressive as the Beedrill, for example. I think again it's a pretty average alt art, average to worse, so that's probably going somewhere with B at the moment. The Dialga is one of my favorite Pokemon, and I was so looking forward to an insanely cool Dialga alt art card, and this does not do it for me. This is going into C. It doesn't, okay, I get it that you've got kind of sun in the background, you've got the different colors, the diffuse colors and so on, but just doesn't do anything else for me, to be honest. So that's why I've put that straight into the C tier. Next is the Charizard alt art versus the Venusaur. I like it. I like the POV. It's interesting. It's a bit different. It is a Charizard, but like nothing to do with like how popular the card is, how expensive it is. Just genuinely based on the artwork. It's a great artwork, just like the XY promo as well. So it's going into A. That's an A tier Pokemon. The Lumineon is just trash tier. That's a D. I like the Honchkrow, but it's pretty trash tier as well. I'm going to put that in C tier. I do like Honchkrow generally as a Pokemon, but that alt art, the only redeeming factor about that alt art is just the little Murkrows kind of cuddling up and staying warm with the mommy Honchkrow. It's a bit of a weird thing to say. But okay, next one is the Arceus. I really like this card, not just because I pulled it myself on a video, but also that it is just they're trying a lot. Obviously you've got the background of the kind of the planet, and then Arceus obviously being god of Pokemon. I think this is a really good card, but I don't think the background and the earth or the planet even does enough. It's a bit I don't know, it doesn't pop out like or it's not too different. It's like, okay, Arceus got a Pokemon, whatever, and it's just in the atmosphere. It's not doing anything beyond that for me. So it's only A tier for me, but I really would consider it being S tier, but not giving that. Okay, Empoleon, the next one. It's okay, nothing great. It's kind of obviously with a waterfall, and it's just looking to train, whatever. It's all right. C tier. That's the Rapid Strike Urshifu, right? That's definitely D tier. That's just sucky. Same as the other Urshifu as well. I'm really sorry. Now this is an interesting one. We've got the Tyranitar, the Sleepy Tyranitar. Again, when it came out, it was extremely popular. People loved it, and for good reason as well. It's pretty nice. I'm just wondering what tier at the top I want to put it in, because I really do like it. I have a copy here somewhere, but I'm not going to waste time finding it. I'm going to put an A tier for the moment, but I could certainly see that changing. All right, and then we've got that's the Rapid Strike Urshifu V Max, not the V. A little bit better than the V, I guess. Just man, like that body, right? Those biceps. That Urshifu is built. I think I don't hate it. I think I'm gonna put it in B tier. But the single strike, the VMAX, I don't like as much. I think that's probably going in C tier. Just like a worse version of that. I think the blues don't contrast as well as the red and the white on the VMAX. The Rapid Strike VMAX. Okay, now then we've got the Ice Rider Calyrex on the ice with the Deerling. It's alright, it's a bit basic. You've got the mountain in the background, which is okay. It's not trash tier. It's just C tier. Same probably for Zeraora as well. Not too much going on here. It's not a bad card at all, but I don't think it stands out particularly well. Again, C tier for me. The Galarian Rapidash, it's D tier. Like, it looks nice, but it's just maybe I'm being a bit harsh. Like, it does look nice and colorful and flowery, and it's like it's a unicorn. I don't know. I think for a lot of people that's an A tier card. I either hate it or you love it, I guess. And I probably hate it. So that's probably going to... I'll probably just leave that in the D tier. The Galarian Articuno. It's alright. They could have definitely done more with this. That's why I'm probably just going to go C tier. Shadow Rider Calyrex. It reminds me of, I think in Witcher 3, where you're in the forest, and I can't remember exactly what mission it is. It reminds me a little bit of that, where Ciri, I think Ciri is the one who comes, or like someone else comes. I don't know. Anyway, it reminds me of that. It's nothing special beyond that, I don't think. So I think I'm probably putting this again in C tier. The Galarian Zapdos. The Roadrunner, the chicken climbing up the mountain. I do like that one. Is it B or an A tier? Probably somewhere in between if I had a choice. I'd probably put it B tier. The Galarian Moltres I think is pretty cool. Don't think it's cool enough for S tier, but it is cool enough for A tier. Galarian Slowking, different gravy. We are talking, I don't know, we're talking a Picasso. Like this thing is insane. It is beautiful. Really like this. This going into S tier. Galarian Slowking deserves S tier. Blissey, is it? Yeah, sucks. Trash tier, 100%. It's basic. Like I get it. It's all very nice and pink, and it's in the house or whatever, but I don't think it's particularly great. Tornadus V. I like that. Obviously, it's messing around with the starters, and you've got the bunny starter again. I forget the name. Just kind of flying out the tree. It's pretty cute. I don't dislike it at all. B tier. Then we've got the Blaziken V Max, towering over the tower. Play on words, eh? It's alright. I think it's overrated personally. I don't know why it's expensive as it is. I guess obviously the set difficult, maybe not as much of it around, and Blaziken's is reasonably popular, but I don't really get why it's as popular as it is. I think I'm going to put it in B tier. I might get told I'm very wrong about that personally, but I don't see the hype. And then we've got another Ice Rider. This time it's the V Max. It's okay, nothing special. That's D tier. That C tier is filling up quite quickly. So between C and I think it's kind of sucky, to be honest. I do have a few copies, I believe, somewhere, but I think I'm going to put it in trash tier for the moment. Straight into the D. I can't keep saying the D. Straight into D tier. It's probably the same thing for the Shadow Rider as well. I don't think it's any better. This Leafeon's a bit basic. It's not really doing too much for me. Like when they came out, I was like, oh yeah, these are really cool. I probably said the Leafeon's the worst one, so I'm probably putting Leafeon in trash tier. I'm really sorry about that. The Glaceon as well. It's not really doing too much. It's alright. Like it's just sat in the cold and the stuff. I'm sorry. I'm probably putting that in D tier and trash tier as well. Espeon's a bit better, definitely. I like the Espeon. Like making all the obviously using kinesis or telekinesis on the books and moving them around. And it's quite nice. That's a B tier. The Golurk, when this came out, this was probably my favorite Altot at that time when it came out. Really liked it. I bought loads of copies when I had the chance when it first came out. I'm putting this in A tier. I really like that. The Sylveon, it's okay. It's okay. I'm hoping I get. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, Medicham is okay. Nothing great. It's probably DD. I mean, if I'm putting the evolutions in D tier, I've got to put that in D tier as well, right? The Umbreon is a bit better than the others, I think. I don't think it's that great either. B tier with the Espeon, I think it's fair. Alright, Sleepy Dragonite. Very similar to the Tyranitar. Very similar thing going on. I like it. I do like it. It's going in A tier. Rayquaza VMAX. It's okay. I bought a few copies recently just because it seems to be ridiculously cheap for what it is, being a Rayquaza Altart from a hard to pull, set with really low pull rates or not great pull rates. It's called Evolving Cries for a reason. I also just think it's a tad bit overrated, so I'll probably put it in C. Zinnia is kind of nice, I guess. It does help. Between B and C, I think I'm gonna go. I'm probably gonna go C tier. Noivern, Noivern, Batman, Batman Man. I love this card. One of my favorite cards of all time, not just of Altarts. Definite S tier for me. Definite. I'm a huge Batman fan as well, so it was not difficult. It's not a difficult decision for me to make. Duraludon with the Rotom and the Rayhan. It's okay. It's kind of cute. I don't think it's trash tier. It's probably just above. The Leafeon VMAX. I do like these VMAXs more than the Vs. I don't think that Leafeon is the best one. Also not terrible. I think I'm going to put it in B tier. Yeah, so let's just put it in actual kind of temporal order from us doing it. Similar thing with the Glaceon, but I like the little Pokemon at the bottom. Maybe A tier. I like it more than I like the Leafeon, that's for sure. Sylveon, I think is okay. Let's go in C tier. It's alright. It's not fantastic. I prefer the Leafeon and the Glaceon both over that, and I think the Leafeon is actually better than it. So let's go in C tier. Leafeon staying in B. Then we got the big one, bad boy, the moon guy. You heard of this one, Umbreon VMAX? I think you might have. Okay, Umbreon VMAX. I really like it. I don't want to play devil's advocate for no reason. I just don't like it as much as most people. I mean, I really do like it, but again, for me, it's one of those that doesn't make sense. It kind of Pokemon at this point in the last few years is just none of it's really, it feels like none of it's made sense. And I guess when you take the sensible approach, you're probably the weird one, right? So I can't put it less than A, can I? It's definitely not S tier for me. I don't care what anyone says. I'm not going to pretend like I like it that much and put it in S tier. I'll put it in A tier. It is nice. It's a nice card. The Rayquaza VMAX, it's okay. I prefer the V, if anything. I think I'll put it in C tier. Not the biggest fan. The Duraludon, I actually do like this Duraludon. I think it's pretty nice. I like the colors, especially the red and the green for me. Fit really well. I think that's a B tier for me, to be honest. Which I think a lot of you might be surprised about. What I'm going to quickly do. Hopefully that helps. There we go. Let's just line this up a little better. Yeah. Okay, Celebi. It's kind of trashy. I'm not going to lie. Not too much going on there. Celebi can go in trash tier. Mew as well as Celebi, maybe like it's just not too much going on. Mew's like too much going on. Nah. Sandaconda, just because it's so shit, can go in trash tier. Genesect, I don't know what it's doing. I don't know why it's doing it. Trash tier. Greedent with the little I can't remember what the pre-evolution's called, but like sat there. It's so cute. Love this card when it came out. That's I want to put in S. I'm gonna put an S tier. I don't care. I like it that much. I really love this card. I have a PSA 10 copy sat over there. I love the card. I actually really do. That's going in S tier for me. Inteleon's nice. It's just like elevated above everything, and it's like a bit like removed from things. I'm probably putting that in D tier. It's a nice card though still. Mewtwo VMAX, it's alright. I think it's probably just above trash tier. Just don't think it's as bad as the V. Just too much going on. Like there's too many colors and kaleidoscopic, but not in a good way for me. If you get what I mean. Okay, Espeon, Sleeping Espeon. I really like the Sleeping Espeon, probably more than any of the evolutions. That's going in S tier for me. Maybe A tier actually. But I want to say it's better than Umbreon just because I want to say it and maybe piss people off. So I'll probably put that there. Let's keep it in S tier for the moment. Gengar VMAX, definite S tier for me. I think it's insane. When it came out, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, yo, that's insane. Rotom can go in the trash. Aerodactyl, again, look, it's unbelievable. I'm sorry, that's an S tier. If there's an S, if there's a kind of icon for the S tier, there just should be a picture of the Aerodactyl. The Galarian Persica can go in trash. Giratina is the most overrated Altart. Potentially second most overrated Altart in my opinion. I really don't like it that much. I really don't. It's obviously not trash tier. It's C tier. I don't get the hype. I really don't get the hype. I don't understand the hype about Giratina, first of all, and I don't understand the hype about this particular Altart. It's just like a messy background. The Mewtwo from Pokemon Go. Do you know if it was all like if it was all either like one style or one way of art, whatever, whether it was all CGI or like hand drawn, I think it would be a little better because I like the background, but I'm not a fan of the kind of CGI with real background. Or I mean, maybe I should look at it closer before, because I think it's all CGI, but I don't know. It just like because they're supposed to be. Same with like the Conkeldurr, that's just there, right? In real environments, but you've got the Pokemon because it's supposed to be for Pokemon Go. I think I'm putting the Mewtwo in C tier though because of that. Otherwise, if it was all kind of, if it was like hand drawn art, for example, I'll probably put it closer towards A. But I can't justify that. Let's not even talk about Conkeldurr. I'm not wasting time with that one. The Unknown's okay. Like it doesn't look completely like extravagant or anything like that, but I think it does encapsulate a lot about what Unknown's about. I think I'm putting it B tier. I don't hate that. Guntank, that's okay. I don't know if it's any much above trash tier, but I think it maybe is a C, D. If there was a tier in between, I think it would probably fall into that. The Regidrago is okay. I don't think it's great. It's okay. I think Regidrago is It's just like under the tree. I don't hate the aesthetic. I think it's a C. The Lugia V, when I was talking about potentially Giratina isn't the most overrated alt art, that's because I would say the Lugia is, because I don't like it that much. But I think most people are okay, like understand that. I think when it first came out, people were like, yo, why are we just literally getting a POV of Lugia's bum? That all we can see is its arse. What kind of weird angle is that? But it's cool with the fisherman. No, I do like the fisherman. Kind of gives a throwback to the Neo Rev Gyarados. C tier, I think is fair. Flareon by the fire is nice. I do enjoy picturing that, to be honest. That's a nice B tier. The other Flareon's pretty trash. I'm sorry, that's trash tier. Vaporeon is cute. The blue, and I'm not talking about Pokemon, by the way, before any of you freaks suggest that. I'm talking about the art, the actual artwork. Can you believe it? Similar for Vaporeon VMAX, maybe a bit more basic, but I think B tier. The Jolteon, I like the Jolteon. I like both of them. To be honest, I think this one's a B tier, and for me, this one might even be an A tier. I really like the background, the lightning, and so on. Sleepy Charizard, we just got the 3 Charizard UPC promos left. Sleepy Charizard, I don't hate it. I don't think it's the best one. I'm putting it in B tier. The Godzilla Zard, it's definite A tier for me. One of the best. I'm like particularly critical about Charizard because it obviously it's just like your natural innate hater just comes out whenever anyone talks about something that's really popular, like a Charizard, right? So I tried to be additionally probably critical about Charizard, but that is an insane art. No questions asked about that, like no doubt. The Charizard and Mewtwo, it's nice. Again, similar, like I really like the Mewtwo from Crown Zenith, kind of on the other side, similar to the Blastoise Charizard initially as well. Probably put an A tier just for that. And I think that's pretty much everything. Yeah, I think we're done with the alt arts. I don't think I missed any, but I maybe have, just because I didn't actually put this together, someone else did. So shout out to whoever that was who put this together to save me the time of doing it. I was literally in the middle of doing it, and then I googled something and then it actually popped up, so it did save me a lot of time, so certainly happy with that. But otherwise, you know, if you haven't clicked off the video already and you're not seething about some of my opinions, what do you reckon? How, you know, do you think my S tiers are actually deserving of the S tier or being S tier, or do you think I'm completely out of my mind? Let me know in the comments below how much you disagree with me, or if you know, surprisingly you actually agree and think I'm pretty spot on. Please let me know. Otherwise, please leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you're not already. Thank you for checking out the video. Hopefully I'll catch you on the next one.